Future Jam.
Welcome to the Future Jam. I'm Mike, and I'm here with Alex. What's up, buddy?
Hi, everybody. It's me, Alex. How's it going? How's life? What's new, Mike?
We could just cut this whole first part because it's like the same every time and just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste.
People like it. They want that insight into our lives. Like, what did you do this weekend?
Oh, nobody wants to know about that. But I'm glad I didn't have Bitcoin. I will say that.
Yeah, Bitcoin's been wild lately.
Yeah, it's up and down, up and down. It's dropped 30%, which is crazy. But I guess if you bought it for $10,000, it's still at 30 grand. So if you got in early, you're good. But if you bought it when it was at $40,000 or $50,000, probably a bad decision.
I think it rebounded later today. I'm not exactly sure where it is now.
I think I checked it. It's at 38,000 last I checked, but it's been going all over the place. And everybody says it's because of Elon Musk. And I don't think a market is that fragile to move up and down just because of some words Elon Musk says.
I think it does.
I mean, there's so much money invested in. There's billions of dollars in there. Like, there's no way the market fluctuates that much based off the words of one man.
No, I think, especially right now, like, there's a lot of people that's paying attention to it. I think if it was, like, normal circumstances and people worrying about other stuff, but you had the news that Tesla bought, like, $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, which made the price jump up a ton. And then you had the news that Tesla sold a lot of their Bitcoin, which they deny, which I think they probably did, just because it made them a ton of money. I think Elon Musk knows what he's doing, especially with like Dogecoin. Like can tell he probably bought a ton of it cheap. He's just hoping for the price to go up. People who are fanatics about him are going to buy it, and then he's just going to make his money when before it craps out again. And I can see him doing that,
yeah.
and he does. And, like, the price went down, and he immediately said, like, oh, we're not accepting Bitcoin for Tesla anymore. I think he knows what he's doing. And, like,
I don't know. I don't know if he cares that much.
I think
they had $200 million of Bitcoin, right? I'm looking at the market cap, and the market cap for Bitcoin is $814 billion. So whatever Tesla had is like a drop in the bucket in comparison. So yeah, I'd be interested to know like how much it played in, but I don't know. I think
it drove up the price when it was announced. It was a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Like I think people think Elon Musk is a lot smarter than he is. I think with like technology and all, I mean, he's a smart guy, but like I think like they think he's like this otherworldly figure who knows what he's doing, and like we should all get into cryptocurrency and all. And he does this a lot and goes after people, and then people just follow him. People love him, and that's...
Yeah, I'm curious how much is we're giving him credit for and how much is just the natural market fluctuations. I'm not entirely certain. Maybe Dogecoin, because that's kind of like a smaller, like groundswell type thing. But Bitcoin's been around for a long time, and the price went up like really high before Elon Musk even got involved, like was saying.
Well,
much.
yeah, it was on the rise, but I think also now a lot of people know more about it, know what it is, and it's more nomenclature. Is that the word? Nomenclature, something like that.
Yeah. It's more in the culture. Yeah, it's like a more of a normal thing for companies to get invested in now. Yeah. I guess.
And you had that football player like getting all his contract in Bitcoin, and then he got cut.
Yeah, a lot of them are getting sponsored by cryptocurrency websites and that type of stuff. So it's just like
it's the collecting culture right
thing.
now.
Yeah,
it's the collecting culture, and like I'm seeing articles where like you should have some big cryptocurrency in your 401k and your retirement and stuff like that. So I think a lot of people are seeing this as like a retirement fund, but it's really not that old, and you really don't know what it is, like what's it gonna do. Like,
yeah, you don't want to sit on it for too long.
Yeah, it could just like crap out, and like that was kind of the feel today, because I think I just saw it was like 37,000, so it's up a little bit from like the 30 it was at.
Mm-hmm.
But it's pretty vital. And like you keep seeing these slides, and it's kind of rebounding a little bit, and I think it's eventually going to go back down to like around the 30s for a little bit, and maybe spike again.
Yeah, who knows? I'm definitely jumping back into it if it gets down in the below 10 grand. I'll say that much.
I don't think it's going to get there unless it's like really on the way out.
I don't know. I mean, anything's possible at this point. But let's jump into the dumb tech of the week real quick. We have 3 stories this week. But the first one up is really addressing the chip shortage we have in this country. And I guess Ford just announced they're shutting down their production of F-150s, the Bronco Sport, all those. And I think all the car manufacturers right now are just kind of struggling to even get cars out because of the shortage. So Google, Apple, Amazon, and Microsoft are all like pleading with our government to, basically give them money or tax breaks to build chips in America.
Yeah, they want the U.S. government to invest $50 billion in chip manufacturing. And it's not even just like these tech companies. It's also like IBM and Qualcomm and Intel. Like everybody's in Samsung. They all want the U.S. government to step in. But hey, you're the ones that decided to make these chips overseas. Like this is your problem.
Yeah, this is their problem for not having enough production, and also like they're making the money off this. So why don't they fund like production domestically, anyways?
Yeah, but all the companies that are involved in this semiconductor industry association, like it's all like the biggest companies that could easily fund this $50 billion.
Yeah, but they don't want to spend money themselves.
No,
God forbid.
They want the government to do it, and then they're like, "Oh, we'll run it for you, and then we'll get the market share of the profits and all."
They said that the U.S. has 12% of the capacity right now, and that was shocking to me. I didn't think we had. I thought we had like 2% or 3%. I didn't know of any chip manufacturing in the United States.
I have one out of my garage. I do.
Those are Lay's potato chips, and you just buy bags at Costco or whatever, big bags.
And I put them up, and I open them up, the bags, and I put the chips in the computer.
I don't know what you're doing over there, but it's probably a good time.
Oh, this is the best. But we did see that article a couple of weeks ago about IBM building new chip plants out in Arizona. That's like the future, not IBM, or was it Intel? Sorry, Intel.
Yeah, Intel, but IBM is also, I think, doing that as well. And there's like a bunch of companies trying to get into the chip making business, probably because they realize that every single thing in the modern age has a chip in it. So that's just the thing.
All these companies are reevaluating the supply chain. And like you saw, that USA is the US. I don't know why I said the USA.
Because you like to go USA all the time.
Every morning when I wake up, I do 20 minutes of USA chants to get myself pumped for the day.
That's why you're so positive.
Yeah, I'm always so positive. God, I love my country. Yeah, no, it's like all these manufacturing that they moved overseas. That's why there was like a lack of masks and lack of gloves. So it's all these companies figured out it was cheaper just to move overseas, and they don't have to really pay for workers.
Yeah, it takes a while for the whole like manufacturing to catch up. So eventually they will like get, because it takes a while to build a plant and train workers and get the materials and all that stuff. So ramping up takes a while, but then eventually there'll be plenty. Like go to the store now and you'll find boxes and boxes and boxes of masks. There's no shortage of masks anymore. There's no shortage of toilet paper. They figure it out. They will figure this out, but when... who knows? I don't know what their backlog is, but it seems very large.
Well, you said Ford. Did you see the story that Ford just has a bunch of F-150s at the Kentucky Speedway? They're sitting there because they don't have rows and rows of F-150s are sitting in the Kentucky Speedway because they have nothing to do with them.
Yeah, there's no chips in them, and so they just built them and then parked them until the chips come in. So it's just crazy. And they have the all-electric F-150. We talked about that last week, the F-150 Lightning. And there's more to that story probably next week. But Joe Biden was driving around in one yesterday.
Oh yeah, I saw the picture. He looked cool.
Yeah, I'm like, why is the president like going to a Ford press event and driving around an F-150 Lightning? I just thought that was pretty different.
He had the glasses on.
Yeah, and then people in the press were trying to ask him questions about Israel while he was trying to drive the truck, and he's like, I'm gonna run you guys over if you keep asking me questions. And then he looked over and he said, I'm just joking, guys. I'm just joking. I'm like, what is going on? We have had a long string of strange presidents in America. I'll say that much. But our next dumb tech of the week is about security cameras, and that's something I've always been kind of wary about, putting like internet security cameras inside my house. I'm fine with the doorbell one, but it's kind of scary to have an active camera in your house that's connected to the internet. And Eufy, which is I think a brand of Anchor, they recently had a privacy breach that resulted in users being able to see like other people's like video feeds or like video history or all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I guess it was like doing a software update, and there was like a bug after they had like a major server upgrade. But they said it was only like 0.001% of people could see stuff, and it was only in like New Zealand. They're thinking that's because of like the time zone. So they got it fixed pretty quickly. But it's kind of scary if you're just like looking at your account and then there's like some other random person in some other house.
Yeah, I think I'd probably just throw them out at that point if I saw somebody else's video cameras in my account.
Yeah. My brother has one, like a Ring security cam outside his house. He always just sends us videos of him throwing out his trash.
Yeah, they're fun to have. Like I remember last year, my doorbell picked up like the snowman. We built a snowman, and the next day it was falling over. So we thought maybe some kids had like knocked it over in the middle of the night or something. And we like watched the whole video and like fast forwarded, and the snowman just, I guess, melted enough where he just toppled over on his own, and it was just funny to watch. So yeah, they come in handy.
Yeah, I think the even scarier part was that they could see account details. So, like, you can actually see somebody's account. I don't know if they got, like, personal information and stuff on there, but...
Probably not the credit card information, because usually they X out, like, most of the credit card numbers, but maybe your address and first and last name. That is scary, but people in Australia and New Zealand are so far away. What are they going to do, Alex? What are they going to do? They ain't coming over here.
Oh, you're going to get the boot.
Yeah, but... let's just jump into the next one, because I don't think there's not much more to say about that. Just, be careful. Don't put internet cameras in your house unless you do your research. And probably don't put them in a place where you're constantly just stripping naked. And
Yeah, unless you're doing like OnlyFans or something like that, or you want people to watch you play chess against yourself. Don't do it.
Okay. I won't ask any questions about that one. All right. The next one up is... Apple recently announced that they are doing lossless audio for like their music service, and that's basically what that means is the audio quality is, I guess, slightly better. They've done studies and they've shown that most people can't see the difference between really good audio and good audio. So kind of a dumb service.
That's why people listen to the Future Jam. They can't tell the quality between good audio and bad audio.
Exactly. Yeah. Last week we really screwed that one up. But Apple has a $549 pair of earphones called the AirPods Max, and these were made fun of last year because the case looks like a bra, and they're close to $600. But what came out is you can't listen to Apple's new high-end audio with these headphones. So you have a close to $600 pair of headphones, but you can't listen to that high-end audio. And you can't even do it if you plug the headphones directly into your phone. So there's no way to do it. And Apple's like, yep, we know.
Yeah, they didn't care.
That's all they said. They didn't care. They knew the people were going to buy it no matter what.
Yeah, they're going to have the streaming service. And I don't think it'd be interesting to see the numbers of how many people actually use like these lossless services from Amazon and Spotify. Because is it really worth it? Like they're advertising and then they can charge more money. I can tell people are gonna want to pay it and like, oh yeah, you can really tell the difference. And you probably can't.
Well, the this new one from Apple and I think Spotify, they're just doing it for free because they realize that people are not gonna really pony up the cost for it.
I thought when we talked about Spotify, they said it was going to be an upgrade. Maybe those people didn't sign up for it then, and then they're like, is this free?
Well, I know Apple did theirs for free, and maybe Spotify followed suit. I'm not 100% sure about the Spotify one, but the Apple one is a free upgrade. But like I said, it doesn't matter. But if you have Apple products, most of the Apple products do not support this format. Like if you have an AirPod, AirPod Pros, the Apple Home Mini, Apple Home, all of their products do not support this lossless format. So yeah, I don't know why they released it. I guess other people who have other devices can take advantage. But it doesn't matter. Let's jump into Alex's cool new product he found. Yeah, that's a interesting topic title.
Yeah, I found this new product that I liked, and I wanted
Sounds
to
like
bring
you just
it
opened a magazine and saw an ad for something.
I opened my phone and saw an ad. But I was also going to call this Alex's Super Family Fun Time corner segment. I'm working out the names. So this is something I found. I might do this often. I don't know.
Well, this is your segment, so you can call it whatever you want.
Oh, it's Mike Sucks, presented by Alex's Cool Product segment. Nope, you gave me free range.
All right.
Alex presents the Mike is a Big Dum Dum product segment of the week.
All right. Well, let's go for it.
All right. So this item is, Ball, the company Ball. They make the mason jars. They're the founder of Ball State. Chirp, chirp.
No, they're not.
Yeah. That's where the guy who founded Ball mason jars started the university.
Oh, okay. I'm just going to say, I'm just going to agree with you.
You're not listening to anything Jason said?
No.
When we ate lunch with him? But Ball announced that they made these aluminum cups. So they're kind of like your Red Solo cups. Everybody knows Red Solo cups from the song.
Yeah, but can they make an actual hit song based off of Ball aluminum cups?
I fill you up. Yeah, you can easily replace it. Same syllables.
That's true. Ball aluminum cups, I fill you up. It's time to party. I don't know the lyrics.
Nah, I've heard that song 2 or 3 times, and that's it.
Okay.
But they have these aluminum cups, just like the styrofoam. But it's cool. So, we have parties, and we buy the Red Solo cups usually for parties. That's because you don't want to do dishes and all. But they're 100% recyclable. So they're aluminum cups. They're sturdy. They're cold.
And the Red Solo cups really can't recycle them good. There's not a good way.
No.
Aluminum's a lot easier to recycle.
Yeah, they just end up in landfills and all. And they're not I didn't think they were terribly expensive. You have a pack of 30 20-ounce cups for $20 on Amazon.
How durable are they? I'd like to know if you could use them multiple times.
They say you can. I can see, you ever go to a bar or something where they have just the plastic cups? I can see a restaurant doing this as hey, we're green and all, and what these get banged out, we're just going to recycle them and get new ones.
Yeah, they already had marketing going hard on, if you're at a sports game, you could have your team's logo stamped on the side of the aluminum cup. Yeah, so they're already going hard at different venues and stuff, what you can do with these aluminum cups. And I'm sure beer probably tastes better out of these than a Red Solo cup.
I'm trying to think, because you have those pint aluminum bottles, they get warm a little bit quicker. But if it's a draft, I don't know. I just think this is a neat, environmental friendly product that could easily replace the Red Solo cup.
That just goes right in this trash can because nobody can remember whose is who.
Yeah, and if I have a party, I might get these next time. Even though we have 150 Solo cups at our house. And
you could probably just carve your initials in the side of the cup with your finger, maybe.
That'd be cool.
Who knows? I don't know. Ready to get into the Tech News Bites? 2 minutes on the clock here.
Tech News Bites.
Go, Mikey.
All right, first one up is Framework's modular DIY laptop is available for pre-order. And I think there's a lot of different companies that have tried this in the past, and I'm not sure how many have actually come out. But this is a company that is selling modular laptops, like basically kind of a green idea where if something breaks on your laptop, you can easily take it out, replace it. All the ports are like configurable, so you can like change out the ports on the side of the laptop, and it's not any bigger than like a MacBook Pro. So I think it's a cool idea. And they're not expensive. I think they're around like $1,000 to that range. So it's kind of comparable to a lot of the laptops out there right now.
Yeah, this is nice because like the big thing now is like the right to repair that's going on, and companies not wanting you to repair your own laptop, and this is kind of complete opposite. They want you to be able to switch stuff out because the average laptop really has like a 2-year lifespan.
Well, yeah, and the batteries are not replaceable on a lot of these laptops now, so...
Yeah. No, like it's like people push past those 2 years and your laptop gets super crappy and all. But like this would like you would be able to update it. And like it's kind of cool, like each component would have like a QR code on there, and you can scan it and it will take you directly to the manual and videos of how to put it in, which I think is really cool. I think this is just a neat idea. Like they have a do-it-yourself model for $749, and you can pick the components and like the processing that you want for it, the operating system. I never built a computer, but I think I would want to try this. Just if I just had money, I would like try it out and see build my own computer.
Yeah, and I don't know how long this is going to be viable because a lot of time, like we've talked in the past, everything's getting smaller and more modular. So, I mean, not modular, but less modular. Everything's on the same board, et cetera, et cetera. But I like the idea. Let's jump on to the next one. Sony applies for a patent for noise-canceling drones. And I just added it in here because we've been talking about drones and how noisy they are. And this is a interesting concept.
This seems like a thing that would happen in like a Bond movie where the villain sets up like this noise-canceling area to talk to Bond in like a busy thing. So yeah, so it's a bunch of drones would surround you, and they'll have speakers on it, and these speakers are designed to block out any other sound that's coming into that area.
Yeah, so how that works is basically the speakers will put out noise frequencies that cancel out other noise frequencies coming in. Just the same as like noise canceling headphones and that such sort of thing. But their proposals were like these drones would follow you around, and so you could have private conversations, or if you're in a noisy environment like a construction site, the drones could like make it so it's less noisy where you're at. I don't understand how any of these concepts would like play out. The best scenario out of all this would be the drone that's delivering you stuff has this on there so you don't hear it.
Yeah, it's odd. Like the article is like they have all these usage that this could be used for, and like none of them seem practical. Like, oh, if you're at a sporting event, or yeah, if you're doing this, or you're at work and have a busy meeting, and there's noises from all around. Like this just seems like high like thinking. I just never see this catching on. I can see it being in movies.
I get the idea now. Like if you have like cause the new soccer stadium downtown, people are complaining about the noise coming out of the soccer stadium to the surrounding area. So maybe if you had these drones flying around the stadium, then it would cancel out the noise from the stadium to the surrounding areas. So yeah, I guess, I don't know. It's just something that's hard to wrap your mind around. All right, next up is AT&T to spin off and combine WarnerMedia with Discovery in a deal that would create a streaming giant. That's the headline. But AT&T's finally getting out of the multimedia business because they shouldn't have been in it in the first place, honestly.
No, there's like one of these companies like Verizon with Yahoo and AOL and all these companies that, and like you see it all like Google and all these companies get in a field that they're not experts in just because like, we have a ton of money. This is easy to do. I think the surprising thing is that everybody thought when like the rumor was going around, Discovery was getting bought by HBO. and it's the complete opposite. HBO is getting rolled into Discovery, and
I had no idea how big Discovery was. I guess it's like one of the biggest conglomerates of television channels, because they have like CNN, TNT, TBS, ID, which I don't know what ID is, but TBS.
It's a crime channel.
Oh, is it? HGTV and Food Network. So all their channels are like, I guess, in the top rated 6 of the 8 top rated channels. So they do pretty well, I guess, for people who still have cable TV. But
yeah, like I didn't know it. I mean, their CEO David Zaslav is taking over, and it's done a great job with Discovery, making this kind of a powerhouse. But the deal is worth like $43 billion. It'd be interesting to see what happens.
I don't know if it's Discovery actually buying it. I think they're just merging the two companies together, so I'm not sure how that works. But yeah, basically it's essentially Discovery buying it, but it's a merger of sorts.
I did see the company's going to start with like $53 billion in debt.
It's going to be crazy, but I think they're going after like Netflix hard and Disney Plus, because HBO Max was not living up to expectations subscriber wise at all. So this is their like way to like try to get subscribers.
A while at a time, but HBO Max's issue is that like they still think they can charge $15. They thought they could charge $15 for their service. Like Disney was smart and started off cheap, and it's going to slowly raise the price. $15 people like kind of like balk at. But also real fast, I saw HBO Max says they're going to add a ad tier for $9.99 starting in June.
Yeah, with commercials.
Next topic.
Nobody wants commercials. Yeah. Next one up is a brain implant lets people with paralysis write using their minds. I thought this is really cool because, we always love tech that helps people that, are like disabled or something along those lines. But I guess old methods use like eye tracking and that sort of thing to like move a cursor across like a keyboard. And that is like very intensive to your mind and takes a long time to type out words using a cursor. So this new one, you have like electrodes on your head or like implanted, and basically you just imagine writing and yeah.
Yeah, so they put 2 implants into your motor cortex in your body, and they had a person look at they had them imagine that they were writing on like a paper.
They said mead in particular, like imagine mead paper, that brand, sponsored.
And they were using a Bic pen.
Yes.
But they said the person who was doing the trial is like paralyzed from the neck down since like 2007. But they did 18 words per minute at 94.1% accuracy. They said the average person right now can type like 23 words per minute. So this would actually be a huge upgrade for them. And like it would be a big breakthrough if this actually works.
I don't think I can type 23 words per minute on a smartphone without errors. So this is probably going to be better.
And now you read my text. I can't type like 5 words without an error.
Yeah. I might just get these implants myself and just go at it.
No, but this is a cool technology that hopefully they're still in like the really beginning research. They still have to make sure it's safe and feasible. But this is cool technology if it comes and can help a lot of people.
Yeah, I think they had one participant, and they'll stretch it out from here. But next one up is for our female listeners, and I don't remember why I added it in here. I probably thought it was creepy or weird, but there's a company called Wacoal, and they have an AI-powered myBraFit app, an app that scans your body and gives you advice for your bra. And this is not an ad. We're not sponsored at all by this creepy company. But yeah, they have an AI-powered app that scans your body, and they need a 360-degree view, so maybe somebody there is kind of like scraping the data for their own purposes. I don't know, but basically they suggest the users to have wear their bra and leggings in the video, and they claim that the video is not stored anywhere. It's just used for measurements, but basically they're driving sales to their website because once they measure your body, you go to their website and purchase a bra that supposedly will fit.
Yeah, I have no idea why you put this on there. I mean,
Yeah, I don't
guess,
know why either. I'm questioning why I put that in here. I just saw it and I thought it would be creepy. It's kind of creepy and weird. And
I guess there's a couple websites like this, but I know like that is like a big deal, getting a ball that fits comfortably. But like the whole process seemed that it said the person who wrote the article said it took them a long time to set up. Like you have to have your phone like looking at you like 90 degrees, and they all need your whole body in the shot at all times. So she had to stand with like her feet together, and then her feet apart, and then her arms up, and then a 360 spin, and the extra questions and all.
it seems like I guess it's very difficult to buy a bra. I don't want to get involved in that, but
I think it is.
But
from what I've been told.
She also said in the article that the company didn't even have like all the sizes available on their website anyways. So like even if it recommended you a certain size, it might not have all the choices available. So, yeah, this is a creepy app, and I don't know if people are ready for this type of intrusion. But let's just jump on to the next one. And actually, Alex, I'm not going to skip over your article that you posted this week. We should have just skipped over that last one, honestly. But scientists say mammals can breathe through their butts in emergency. And that's the stupidest headline ever, but it actually ends up being kind of serious and interesting.
Yeah, on the Future Jam, we always kind of talk out of our ass. So breathing out of our ass doesn't seem that impossible.
And you would think this would be possible anyways, because people have been butt chugging and getting drunk from their butts and getting high from their butts. So why can't you breathe from your butt? And
it kind of goes into that thing where, like, in a Tokyo Medical and Dental University, we're looking at, like, a lot of drugs are administered through the anus readily, and it goes straight into the bloodstream. That's why and it goes directly there. So the idea was, like, why, if it goes right in the blood vessels, why can't people breathe through their anus as like a last resort? And this would be for like respiratory issues and all. So it's like kind of still early on, but like the idea is out there and trying to make it work. And they're doing the study, and they posted a paper. And it said that a couple of animals they noticed already can do it, like the sea cucumber and like cod or something like that.
Those are exactly like humans. But they said they tested on some mammals as well, I think. Yeah. But yeah, it makes sense, especially when your lungs collapse and you can't use a ventilator. There has to be another way to get oxygen to your body somehow, and through the butt, there's lots of vessels right there, so might as well pump it that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to give CPR to someone's ass.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't be able to get enough oxygen to somebody like giving them butt CPR. All right, those are all of our tech news bites of the week. I think we just have one news story, and we don't have a name for this, but we don't always add news stories like larger stories anyway. So
I feel like we do. We should have a name.
We'll come up with one. If anybody has an idea for a name, voicemail us 513-BOT-COLA. We got a voicemail for other stuff like that, but
something like that's a lot of tech, or digging more into that tech, or techity tech.
All right, yeah, techity tech. All right, first the story, only story up this week. Let's jump into it. Pentagon is the.
Sorry, I know I cut you off. You were about to get in the next story.
Oh, I don't care. Like it.
I really want to name this episode "Jamming Up Your Ass" or something like that.
I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Okay, we'll come up with a name for the episode. Keep going.
That sounds a little extreme. Could be taken the wrong way. All right. The story of the week is you want to even cover this? Let's just get out.
No, yeah, that's real fast. The Pentagon. Let's skip it. We'll put it in the show notes. I don't really. There's not a lot to it.
No, let's just put in the show notes. Yeah, the Pentagon basically is been surveying. Whatever. Who cares? All right. We're just going to skip over the news stories of the week because I don't really care. But we have a tech RIP section this week. We do have one item. And do we need a moment of silence? Because I'm not sure how many people are actually going to miss this. I don't think this deserves a moment of silence, honestly.
You're talking to a man that used Internet Explorer all the time.
I hated Internet Explorer. It was the worst, and I think that's the only reason why Google is so big, because everybody hated Internet Explorer so badly that they downloaded Chrome and Google became a monopoly.
Well, it's just like Internet Explorer, like a lot of them, like this had so much going on like their homepage, and it's like Google just made it so simple. That's like the biggest thing Google does is they just made everything simple. Like, it just opens up, it's clean, there's not a lot on the page.
Yeah.
Like, Internet Explorer. Like,
oh, do you remember the pop-ups? Like, they had a terrible pop-up blocker, so you just get constant pop-ups and ads and sounds and all sorts of nonsense. It ran slow.
And the internet page always had, like, stories that you didn't care about and all, and there's this...
And it was an ugly web browser, like, the tabs were huge. Everything about it was just old. It just looks old. And they haven't updated it in years. They kept it around just because there's a lot of legacy companies and legacy websites that use it. But yeah, Internet Explorer is going away from Windows 10 June 15th, 2022. So they've given people a whole year to figure this out. But I love the quote they released because it just makes it sound like... somebody who doesn't actually believe in their product, and they just kind of just wrote this out. They said, "We are announcing that the future of the Internet Explorer on Windows 10 is in Microsoft Edge." Exciting. Microsoft Edge program designer manager Sean Lindsay announced in a blog post, "Not only is Microsoft Edge a faster, more secure, and more modern browsing experience than Internet Explorer, but is also able to address a key concern: compatibility for older legacy websites and applications." So this is just like corporate talk.
Yeah. I just brought up Microsoft Edge, and it's still like the same thing, where like there's just a lot going on this homepage that they want you to go to.
Do you have the new Edge or the old Edge?
I don't know.
I will say this. The new Edge, I've converted most of my things over to that because it runs faster than Chrome, I feel like. For a lot of things, but yeah, it's still messy. You can turn it off, a lot of the extra accoutrements and stuff, but
I'm on the edge of glory.
But yeah, good riddance to Internet Explorer. It should have been Tech RIP Good Riddance Edition again, but there's some fun stuff with Explorer. It was good while it lasted until we got Edge.
How long did it last?
It's been around for forever. I don't.
Yeah, but like, to be fair, Internet Explorer is not going away until June 15th of 2022, so you still have a while to get used to it.
Yeah, if you need to view a really old jankety website and it's not compatible with Chrome, get your fill right now.
And they said that websites that do run on Internet Explorer will be available until 2029, so you got time.
Yeah, and if it's like anything, people complain and Microsoft will push out like, okay, it'll be good till 2023 now, 2024. They always do that stuff. Like, Skype is supposed to be going away. It's supposed to already be gone, but they keep pushing it back. Like, okay, we'll keep Skype going for a little longer because people don't want to go to Teams. People want Skype for some reason.
That's like, do people realize that they're the same thing?
Well,
mostly?
yes, Teams is basically Skype rebranded.
Yeah.
So
Skype, was it a different brand and they bought them?
Yeah, so Microsoft bought Skype, and then people just thought Microsoft didn't care and kind of drove it into the ground, which they kind of did. But Teams is kind of the revival of the product, and it's kind of janky as well, but it's decent. But yeah, that's the news for the week.
Well, Zoom forced them to make that. They put money in the Teams because they just kind of had the market, and then that's the difference between Microsoft and like Apple. Apple, like, oh, this is over with, we're moving on. You need to adapt or you're just going to get left behind. And Microsoft were like, well, we'll keep this around. Because like a lot of companies still use like old versions of Microsoft.
Well, because Apple doesn't really rely on business, and Google and Microsoft relies almost solely. So like tons and tons of businesses rely on Microsoft products. And if Microsoft did away with a lot of things, then people would jump ship and go to another company. So Microsoft has to kind of, tread that line. So that's why sometimes Windows seems outdated. It's because they keep a lot of the outdated features in there because of businesses. So that's basically an inside look a little bit. But you could find us at the Future Jam on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and you can call us at 513-BOT-COLA. Give us ask us a question. We'll answer on the show, or any ideas you have for a segment. It'd be fun to hear from you.
Yeah, send us the email too at thefuturejam@gmail.com or thefuturejam@gmail.com.
It has the. I think futurejam@gmail.com was already taken, and we should email that address to see what people are using it for.
Probably making jam.
That'd be funny if they are slowly just stealing our audience. People who email that address accidentally, and they're like, "Oh yeah, here, join this scam."
What you call it? No, that's what I want to name our like news story segment: "Spreading the Jam," because we're talking about it more.
Oh, that's a good idea. I think did you bring that up in an episode before, spreading the jam?
Yeah, and then you told me to shut up. No one cares.
Yeah, that sounds like me. Yeah, that makes sense. I probably said that. So, all right. Thanks for listening, guys. We'll catch you next week.
Bye.